Are you working or are you a student?
I am both. I am a student in the university. I am in the eighth semester, and I am also working as an English teacher.
What is the most interesting aspect of your job or your studies?
Well, the interesting thing is that I have the opportunity to be studying the thing that I am working on. So when I go to my job, for example, I apply the things that I am learning at the moment. So I think it's been a great uh, chance to be doing both things at the same time.
Is there anything you dislike about your work or studies?
Well, I think there are things that maybe uh, get me disappointed or um, frustrated about. But I think I just love the things that I do. I know that every job has its difficulties. So every time that I find something that is difficult or that I don't like about my job, I take it as an opportunity to grow up.
What job would you like to do in the future?
Well, I want to be a teacher in the university at college, maybe giving other lessons, not only English, but other subjects, for example, because being in schools, it's also very interesting, but it's another dynamic about learning theories and things like that. So I want to become like very very expert in the subject, so I would like to be there in the working as a professor.
Okay, let's switch topic and let's talk about your hobbies and free time. What do you like doing in your free time?
Well, now that I don't have much free time according to my studies and my job, I love very much watching movies. I love comics and superheroes and things like that. So I enjoy every like series or movies that are there. Now I am very fascinated with Disney Plus, so I have been doing marathons and things like that. So that is the thing. Those are the things that I like to do in my free time.
Do you prefer going out or staying at home? Why?
That's interesting because you know that we are in a pandemic situation in which we have to be like inside our houses all the time. I have been working in my house from my house like 5 months or I think more now. So I got accustomed to be in my house doing different things. Uh, but yes, I also like to go out.
Okay, thank you. That was the first part. Let's move now to the second part of the IELTS speaking test for what I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay, you see my screen?
Yes, yes, I do.
Okay, so this is your topic. You have to prepare it for over 1 minute and then you have to talk about said topic for over 2 minutes. So I'm giving you the time to prepare. Your minute starts right now. Okay, time's up. You have 2 minutes. Go ahead.
In this moment, I am studying a bachelor degree in English as a foreign language. Um, I this subject is about teaching languages, which is very interesting for me. I feel very excited about it because this subject has given me the opportunity to teach a language I acquire in a very strange situation. So I remember that I started as an English translator, but then I got the opportunity to teach some lessons to some friends of mine. So I became very fascinated with methods and strategies to teach the language because for me it was very like I felt very frustrated because I didn't know how to teach. For me, it was very simple to learn a language, but then for some of my friends, it was difficult and I didn't know how to help them. So I started to study this subject and I was very fascinated with all the courses I have been taking because they have given me the opportunity to develop knowledge required for my profession. Um, Excuse me, I forget. Okay, I have 2 minutes. Yeah. So yeah, in order to conclude, I think that I'm very interested because of the learning styles, and
Time's
that is
up.
gonna give me the opportunity to do my job.
Okay, time's up. Thank you so much. I'm gonna
Mm,
unshare my screen and let's so much. I'm gonna
mm,
unshare my screen and let's move to the third part of the IELTS speaking test.
okay.
Okay, so let me set my timer real quick. 3, 2, 1, go. Elvis, is there any difference between the traditional and modern educational systems?
Well, I think there is a difference according to the new approaches and the new technological devices society is using. Excuse me. So I think that if we are going to make a difference, we can see that new methods. Are being applied into the educational and making the difference, for example, with virtual education, with the use of ICT tools that help to develop and acquire another language, or it does not matter the discipline that you are going to study. You can do it in different formats, for example, face to face or virtually. And I think that new budget for education as well is making a big difference because a long time ago there were not as much resources, excuse me, as many resources as it was required. But now you can see that schools are having a lot of like ICT use or things like that.
Do you think, I'm sorry, what are the pros and cons of the current educational system in your country?
Uh, well, as I was telling before, I think that one pro could be the new methodologies teachers are applying uh, in the areas of the knowledge. And also another like advantage for education is the use of technological devices because, for example, if we can see this pandemic, a lot of schools could continue education virtually using apps and things like that. To continue the format that they have, like on face-to-face education. So yes, I think that is something that is like an advantage. But then when we talk about the disadvantages about the new approaches, I think could be the inequality, if there is such a word, because you can see that there are private schools which have a lot of budget for education, so you can play with a lot of resources, technological resources, or things like that. And there are other like official schools that you just have to do like things from scratch, or I don't know, like with the bare hands, and that is very sad because students are receiving the same education, and not all of them are acquiring the required competencies that they need so that they can have a nice development in society. So I think that is gonna be like a great disadvantage in in that.
Okay, perfect. Time's up. Thank you so much. That was it. We're done. I'm gonna give you a quick, not necessarily a feedback, but just an overview of your performance because I don't have much feedback to give you, to be honest. You have an awesome, outstanding grammar.
Oh,
I'm
thank you very
impressed
much.
by that. Definitely seeing the effort you've put into studying in order to come up with such amazing grammar while you were speaking. Other than accent, there's actually no pronunciation issues there. Probably the only thing is the fluency. You seem to be a very slow speaker naturally, but some parts of your speech seem to be unnaturally slow, if you know what I mean. So probably that's the only thing I would tell you. Fluency. Keep working a bit more on your fluency in order for your speed or your pace out while you're speaking seems to be a bit more natural.
Okay,
Okay, your natural
thank
is
you
slow.
very much.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much for coming with me for the IELTS speaking test. I hope you have a very nice day.
Okay, Luisa, thank you very much.
Bye
Bye.
bye.